But what computer is your favourite? I do have a computer that was my favourite. My first computer, personal computer that is, that was all mine. A Pentium 100, and boy did I love playing on the Pentium 100. It was originally a 486 that I was given, but that was way too slow. A little bit afterwards I was given a P100, and my word did I love that machine. It could play all the games that I wanted it to. It could play MechWarrior 2, Lands of Law 1, it could play the Ultima games, it could play Tyrion 2000, it could play everything I wanted. It was the machine that I discovered games like Birthright the Gorgon's Alliance on, and Cyclones, and all these games that I've grown to love, and it's a computer that I miss so much. I would spend so many evenings just writing things and playing Tyrion and listening to MIDI music. I downloaded and listened to so much MIDI music on that computer. Okay, I downloaded it from other locations, like my dad's computer. That was the one with the internet back then. And then I listened to them on my computer, but I had so many MIDI files. They must be somewhere on my computer, but I imagine they're still there. But yes, the Pentium 100, way back from when I was younger, my favourite computer, hands down. I don't know where it went, I know it went somewhere, and I'm really sad that it went. I really want that computer now. But I do not have it, it is gone. Favourite game growing up? Well, there are a number of games I really enjoyed. I enjoyed playing XCOM, UFO Defense. I enjoyed playing Worms and Worms Armageddon. Great fun I had with those games. I really enjoyed playing Tyrion 2000. Loved playing Tyrion 2000, and then you've got things like Lands of Law 1 and 2 and 3, Stonekeep, Albion. There are other games scattered around. Doom 2, they were all my favourites growing up. I can't really say... Actually, I can. Doom 2. Doom 2 I played a lot. I played that over and over, and I absolutely love that game to this day. Love that game. Absolutely love it. Top 5 books. I cannot pin down just 5 books. I have read so many books that I've enjoyed, but I will think about a few. There's, of course, The Lord of the Rings, there's the Foundation series, there's The Redemption of Athalos. I quite liked that book, and quite a few of the books that I've read recently, like, I liked some of the books I read from Library Bazaar, and random other things. I like the Doom novels. I like reading them. They're quite silly. There are just many books that I've read that I enjoyed, and I can't pin them down to just 5, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I just can't. Top 5 biscuits, however, I can pin down somewhat. The best biscuit, for me, if you offered me a plate of biscuits, would be a custard cream. I would definitely take a custard cream over any of the others. And then it would be probably a bourbon biscuit, milk chocolate digestive. What about the 4th one? Ginger nuts, I like them. And then it would be anything which has white chocolate. I really like white chocolate. So if there was a white chocolate digestive, I would eat them exclusively for dessert. But I've never actually found one that wasn't either very expensive or was any good. And that is the favourite section that is not linked to Let's Playing specifically. The next section I'm going to call the Will You Something, which is not specifically Let's Playing related, but yet kind of is. Will you do a face reveal? I have no plans on doing so. Further to what I said, where I like to keep my private life and YouTube completely separate, that is part of it. I have no plans on doing that. Will you do video logs? No, I have no plans on doing video logs, mainly because my life is far too boring. You would get very, very bored hearing about the non-events that I do. And to be frank, my channel is for Let's Plays and the videos concerning that, and I don't really want to put video logs on there. As I said, I think I'm a very boring individual. I don't think you'd find what I do interesting. Will you do streaming? I know but a lot of people are doing streaming and stuff related to that, and I have to say it is something that I currently have no interest in whatsoever. I like the way that I do things on this channel, recording videos in advance and then uploading them, people can watch them whenever they like, and I don't specifically need to be available at any particular time to do that. For a start, there wouldn't really be any good time right now for me to do streaming, and even if I wanted to, I very much don't. It's not something that I can say at this time I want to do. I don't think it gels with how I play games, and generally I have no want to stream. I know there are people who will be disappointed hearing that, but I just don't want to do it. I don't want to stream. I know that lots of other people do stream, and have been asked various times if I'm going to, usually linked with revealing my face with a face reveal, and I have to say at this time, no. No plans on doing so. Will you do more pen and paper role-playing? I certainly want to. The problem is that there are a lot of people in the group, and organising a time to get it all done is quite difficult, and it never really was easy. It has only actually got more difficult as time goes on, and so while I will say that I definitely would want to at some point, it's just difficult to get going again. Once it's going, it's easier to do. There is a lot of prep work that goes with pen and paper role-playing, though. I do have a lot of that already prepared, but as I said, it's quite difficult to get going. And now we move on to the general category of vaguely Let's Playing related questions. And so, here we go, starting with, what characters are in your icon? Well, I can say that my YouTube icon currently is Commander Zod from Zed, and the icon that you're seeing now in the video itself is a picture of Lig from Lands of Lore 3 and Joey from Beneath the Steel Sky. Both of them were drawn by Alien Cabalion. Any planned collaborations? I currently have no plans for any collaborations. Collaborations are rather difficult to set up, and I never really did that many to begin with. And so I can't say that I have any planned, barring of course the videos with Halloween for 545 for Goldhawk. That'll be sometime in the next Karazhan week. Other YouTubers would you like to collaborate with in the future? I don't have any plans in particular to collaborate with anyone, but there are a couple of people that it would be interesting to do videos with. Frankomatic would be quite interesting to do a video with, mainly just for what game we would end up playing. I have no idea what we'd end up playing. And yeah, there's not really anyone specific, barring Frankomatic and Halloween for 545 if we found a game we wanted to do a video on. As I said, I don't really plan collaborations out. I do 8 videos a week, and often there isn't that much time to get a collaboration going. Would you ever consider doing collaborations? I don't rule them out, but as I said, I don't typically plan for them. How did you meet Halloween for 545 and co? That's a relatively simple question. I believe I found Halloween for 545's videos, and at some point I messaged him, and we started talking on Skype after that, and that pretty much is how it all started. Then I started to meet the people that he talked to, and I met people like Klyka, and Bethrin, and Rufut, and people like that, and then it went on from there. So it's just me finding somebody that I like watching the videos of, and then me messaging them on YouTube, and then eventually Skyping with them. That's pretty much it. What was your initial reaction to Ultima 7? When I first played Ultima 7, I didn't like it. It confused me. I was a lot younger back then, and I didn't know what I was doing, or why I was doing it, I didn't know where the plot was, and I was dreadful at it. And so I didn't play it for absolutely ages. It took a long time for me to return to the game and start enjoying it. Why did you kick your high-pitched intro? For a start, it was actually quite difficult to do. Secondly, it was a strain on my voice. And thirdly, it was really bad on headphones. And when I realised this, I stopped doing it. And I think my intros are certainly easier to do because of it. Why are you so opposed to Resurrection of Evil? Originally, it was a joke. I decided that I wasn't going to do Resurrection of Evil. The April Fool's Day video was part of it, where I pretended to play it and then I started playing a different game. Generally, Resurrection of Evil is more of the same when it comes to Doom 3, and while someday I may return to Doom 3, I currently have no real desire to play Resurrection of Evil. It's just something I haven't got round to. It sort of goes into the same category as all the other games that I could play but don't. Why do you roleplay within the games? Honestly, because I find it quite fun to do. I like having the out-of-character conversations that I make between various characters, exploring the reasonings for people doing things, and generally having a bit of fun. It's fun, that's why I do it. What factors do you consider when choosing a game to Let's Play? If I'll enjoy doing it. That's mainly the reason that I'll do something. Will I enjoy Let's Playing it? If I do, then I will. Or won't, because, you know, as I said, there are many games where I have no particular reason why I'm not doing them. I'm just not. There are a lot of games after all. What character do you most enjoy doing the voice for? There are lots of characters that I've really enjoyed doing the voice for, but to be honest, when I get the opportunity to play an old guy that's usually a wizard, I get to do my old wizard voice, and I really enjoy doing the old wizard voice. You can add little subtleties to it and make it that much different, and before you know it, you're playing Deckard Cain. Hello, my child, stay a while and listen. Never actually done Deckard Cain yet. Maybe one day I will. What games were big hits for you? What gave you big subscriber bumps or big view counts? Were you surprised by any of them? Was any of them totally expected? To be honest, I've never kept track of that, so I can't answer that question. I don't know what games gave me big bumps in subscribers or view counts. I suppose I could look back and check, but those views on the older videos are from many, many years and are probably quite a bit bigger than they were originally. Suffice to say, I've never kept track of that really. I can sort of look at the more recent games and see how they're doing, but I never really cared if a game was especially popular. I do the games because I want to do them. If not many people are watching it, that's a shame, but I'll still do it. What's the scariest game you've ever played? I don't really play that many horror games. It's quite apparent with the Let's Plays that I do, so the scariest game I've probably played is Doom 3. Mainly because it has jump scares in it with enemies appearing. I don't play that many horror games, as I said, so that's probably the scariest. I think if I played that game now, I wouldn't have the same reactions that I did when I was younger. The game certainly had a slightly eerie atmosphere, and it was able to pull me in with that more when I was younger, but now I don't think it would as much. Don't hold me to that, though. It might still startle me from time to time with enemies I didn't expect. Are there any Let's Plays you look back at and think to yourself, that was actually better than I remembered? Pretty much all of them. I go and record every video and then I go, oh, that was rubbish. I don't have that much self-esteem when it comes to the content I create. I don't think I'm particularly good at what I do. And so when I look back at something that somebody's found amusing, and then I realise that it's actually better than I thought it would be. But as I said, don't have much self-esteem about what I do, so pretty much every Let's Play applies to that bracket. Which of Frank-O-Matic's LPs is your favourite? There are a couple that I can definitely say are my favourites. I really like his Let's Play of Live a Live, for instance. I really like his Let's Play of Crusader No Remorse. And I really like his Let's Plays of King's Quest games. I really enjoy his Let's Plays of the King's Quest games, especially 5 and 6. Really enjoy them, but out of all of them, Live a Live, Crusader No Remorse, and King's Quest 5 and 6, just to pick 2 of them. What inspired you to use the chain gun phrase? I have no idea, I just thought at the time, hey, you know what, I could go chain gun! And I did. And then I do it from time to time. There's no particular point where I definitely say chain gun. When it happens, it happens. It's just when it flows in the dialogue. What happened to the Library Bazaar? The Library Bazaar is an unfortunate thing. I was quite keen to do it, but I took it on at a time when I had way too many things going on. I had lots of work, I had 10 videos a week, and then I decided, hey, I'll do the Library Bazaar, and that was a poor idea. I realised that I just didn't have enough time to do it. There was a lot of work that went into doing the writing parts of the reviews and the editing of it, and generally, although I really do enjoy reading, I realised I didn't have much time to do it. I won't say for certain that I won't return to it. I may do, but right now I just don't have the time to do it. I still enjoy reading, though, and there are lots of books I pick up and read, but the Library Bazaar at the moment, I started it at a bad time. Will you set up a place for your fans to hang out? Most likely no, for the simple reason that I am dreadful at keeping up with forums. Really, really bad at it. I've never been good. And so setting up somewhere, I'd probably forget about it, lose the link, forget my password, or never ever check it. If you want to get my attention, the best way to do it is to send a message on YouTube or to post about something relating to a game in the comments. So if you want to say something about, say, Tiny Barbarian or the video in question, the best way to do it is on that video. I do check my comments fairly frequently, and they appear no matter what video you're commenting on. So generally, I can't say I'll do that because, as I said, I'm terrible at checking on them. Do you watch other Let's Plays? I certainly do! I watch Frankomatic's Let's Plays, I watch Grimmeth, I watch Halloween 4545's Let's Plays, Unplayed a Thing, really like Unplayed a Thing's videos. He did a Let's Play on Dragon World recently. Really fun. If you like text adventures, that is a Let's Play to look at. He also did Phantasy Star recently. That was also really good. Generally, I watch a smattering of people's Let's Plays, and I certainly enjoy them. Don't watch as many as I used to, but I still enjoy them. And finally, we have the category of questions which I'm going to put in the miscellaneous category. Some of these are rather silly, some of them aren't, they don't fit anywhere else, so I'm just going to put them here. Starting with, the first game you ever played? Can't remember. Gotta be honest, cannot remember. Some of my earliest memories are playing things on the NES, or playing them on a Game Boy, or the Amiga 500, not necessarily the one we had, but somebody else's. I do not remember the first game I ever played, it was too long ago. Is there anywhere you can read my writing? No, presently there is not. I do have a lot of writing, and at the moment I'm going through one piece of writing in my final editing run. Once that's done, I'm going to hand it over to somebody who's going to be looking over the grammar and things like that. Then I'm going to briefly go over it again, and then I'm going to approach publishers about it. If they want it, great. If they don't, I will self-publish it. But at the moment, no. There is nowhere that you can read it. What are my hobbies other than Let's Playing? I do quite like writing. I do quite like reading. I do quite like going and finding new books. Out and about, wherever I go. If there is a place where I can buy books, antiquarian bookstores are fantastic. I like going into them. I like going and seeing places. I like some board games. Occasionally I play them. Generally, yeah, those are my hobbies. It's what I like doing. I like things with Lego. Don't really buy that much Lego, though. I have a lot of it. But yeah, those are my hobbies. Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck? Definitely one horse-sized duck. For a start, a duck's beak is not that intimidating, and secondly, if I best the one horse-sized duck, that is the only foe I need to best, as opposed to a horde of 100 of them, I think I get quickly overwhelmed by 100 duck-sized horses. How long did it take your perception of time to return to normal after the lag of the Midnight Resistance Let's Play together? Hello, Gavarok. I know that's your question. A long time. I don't think I've ever fully recovered. I think time is just that little bit lagged behind forever. Why do you put yourself through Barbie games? I don't think there's anything about putting myself through them. They are quite fun to play. They're usually pretty short, pretty easy, and they're fun to poke holes at. They're quite enjoyable. That said, I'm running out of Barbie games. There weren't that many of them, but there are still a few more. If you could have the fighting moves of any one character from a fighting game, who would that be? Well, I know the answer to that one. It would clearly be everyone's favourite Street Fighter character, Skullomania from Super Street Fighter EX Plus Alpha. Clearly the best game in the franchise. It may not actually be the best game in the franchise, but I did enjoy playing as Skullomania. Fun character. What TV shows do you particularly enjoy? What about cartoons or anime? I can say that I really don't watch television anymore. I really don't watch it. There are a few things that I do catch. I like watching Robot Wars. I do enjoy watching... actually, that is a bit tricky. Cartoons and anime, I never really watched much anime. I think the only thing I've ever watched to completion was Cowboy Bebop, and otherwise you catch the occasional random bit of things, and that's it. Cartoons, there were quite a few I watched when I was younger, don't really watch them now. As for TV shows that I enjoy, I mean, I can't think of any off the top. As I said, I really don't watch that much television at all. So, I just going to shrug. I'm shrugging right now. I don't really watch much of it. I used to when I was younger, but that was a long time ago. Do you have a favourite silly hat? I do not wear hats. Do you like Star Wars? I certainly enjoy it. I wouldn't say I'm a die-hard fan. I haven't been to see the most recent one. Probably won't go to see the Han Solo movie. Might go and see the other ones at some point. How many Let's Plays does it take to make a Q&A video? None, because you can make a Q&A video whenever you like. What version of D&D is your favourite? What version is your least favourite? This is when I put my hand up and say that I haven't really played that much D&D, versions-wise. It's pretty much 3.5, 3.0, Second Ed, and First Ed. And out of all of them, I like 3.5 the most, and I like First Ed the least. I haven't played 4th Ed, I haven't played 5th Ed, and I haven't played any of the other versions. I have briefly played a bit of Pathfinder, did enjoy that, it's sort of 3.75, but 3.5 is the one I played the most, and the one I enjoy the most. If you were plucked out of the real world and dropped into the world of one of the games you've Let's Played, which would you rather spend it in? Well, that's obvious. The Sims. It's the most like the real world, and you can make gnomes come to life with magic! That is my answer. What was Eyes imprisoned for, and how is he doing? Well, I can't tell you what he's been imprisoned for. I think he would kill me if I did so. And as to how he's doing, oh, he's, doing fine. Definitely fine. Can't tell you what he's doing either, because he'll probably kill me. Marmite or jam? If we're talking about putting it on bread or toast, neither of them. If we're talking about in a cake, jam I can tolerate in small quantities. If you hand me a cake with Marmite in it, I'm just going to look oddly at you and refuse it. But in general, I'm not a huge fan of either of them. When will you fight the Gorgon in Birthright the Gorgon's Alliance? I did say I would do that, didn't I? Well, I can't give you an ETA on that. He's currently sulking in his castle, after I became king of Anweer. Pineapple on pizza? I personally don't like pineapple. On a pizza or otherwise, so I wouldn't have it on my pizza, because I don't like pineapple. I'm not going to begrudge anyone else who does like pineapple on their pizza, though. You're welcome to eat your pizza however you like. Will I give you a tour of my Lego collection? I've pretty much already done that. I really don't have that much Lego that's assembled. There is the Lego Hamlet, and then there are some boxes with Lego in them. That's pretty much it. I don't have huge, sprawling amounts of Lego. I don't have that much money to spend on Lego. Do you play an instrument? I used to play the piano a long time ago, got to about grade 3, and then stopped, and very briefly I played the trumpet, and I hated it. Suffice to say, I don't play a musical instrument right now. Have no real plan to do so in the future either, but you never know. And finally, what other pen and paper system would you like to GM if given the opportunity? I have no idea. I actually probably would want to play, I think, something quite simple, something with very few dice rolls. I know of a few systems that are like that, but in general, I have the systems I have and I quite enjoy them. No real desire to play anything imminently, but there you go. I have D&D, but I played Amorous Traveller, Call of Cthulhu, and a few other things. I briefly played some Burning Wheel, and there are a few other things that I have got that I haven't played yet. Might play them at some point. Oh, and Paranoia as well. Do like Paranoia. Almost forgot about Paranoia. How could I do that? And that is all of the questions for the Q&A for 10 years. There's a lot of questions for sure, and I hope that I've answered some of the things that you were curious about. And so, what's next? Well, eventually Stonekeep is going to finish, and when Stonekeep finishes, we will be going on to the next replay, the game that I said I would replay for the 10-year anniversary. As for the other videos, they will go up as normal. And so, when we come back, folks, more videos as normal. I hope you've enjoyed a brief glimpse into the answers to some of the questions that you've been curious about. And I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.